Hey guys, this is Thomas over here at nursemoneytalk.com, and in this video I want to talk about the one-time mistake you could actually make on the NCLEX that could pretty much cost you from even having a chance to actually pass the NCLEX. Now, before I get to what that mistake is, I want to go ahead and take a step back and let's talk about how exactly the NCLEX is timed. How does time work when you're taking the NCLEX? And so in the NCLEX, you're gonna have 5 hours to complete the exam. Now, currently, and this might change, in the future, but currently, that 5 hour max is for both the nclex-pn and the nclex-rn. Now, it's important to note that that 5 hours includes the introductory screen of the 2 scheduled breaks and any other unscheduled breaks you might have, you might decide to take during the exam. So you do not get any extra time on the exam for those things. Now let me say this again. Time does not pause. The timer does not pause for the introductory screen and for any breaks you have. So you need to keep that in mind. And then lastly, the individual questions themselves are not timed. So you have the 5 hour block and it's whatever questions you can get in that 5 hour block. If you do actually have to, keep going to, take and answer every questions on there. Now, this gets me then to the mistake that you could make that could cost you from even having a chance to pass the NCLEX. Now, per the NCSBN rules that they have on their website, and I'll also probably put it on the screen and in the descriptions below if you want to check it out yourself. You have to answer the minimum number of questions. So that's 75 questions. You have to answer 75 questions to have a chance of passing. So if the timer goes out on you before you answer 75 questions, you're pretty much not going to pass. And that's important to know because if you've watched some of my other videos and where I'm talking about how the NCLEX is scored and the 3 ways the NCLEX is scored, one of the ways the NCLEX is scored is if the computer can't, use the 95% confidence rule or whatever, and the timer runs out on you, one of the ways that it calculates whether or not you pass is by looking at how well you're doing in past questions. But for that to come into play, you have to answer the minimum number of questions before the timer runs out. So, not trying to give you, not trying to, put any pressure or whatnot, but just keep that in mind. Couple of other things real quick that I want to mention is that if you don't have an NCLEX review prep already, make sure to check out the one that I recommend at nursemoneytalk.com/NCLEX prep. Also, if you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button because, we talk about all things related to nursing student, and nurse life on this channel. So make sure you subscribe so you do not miss any of our upcoming videos.